I'm live. Good evening, everybody. Hope you're warmer than what I am. There's icicles hanging where they shouldn't be. My feet, I'm not even sure where they are, but I'm balancing on something, so I'm guessing they're down there somewhere. So, yes, cold. Good evening, and thank you for coming along on such a cold evening and putting me through some discomfort, but hey ho, we'll carry on. Now, how many have I got in the chat? I've got 24 of you watching. Well done, guys. Thank you. Now, for those that were here last week and watched me turn this candlestick, since then I have stained it with mahogany. Yes, mahogany, spirit stain, and just waxed it to finish it. I've screwed the candle cup in the end. You can just see it glistening, the brass in there glistening. I'm quite pleased the way that's turned out. And as I said, it might be a second one. It's not a bad match. It's not quite the same. It's not bad. It's good enough for what I wanted. So I've got a pair. So I'm going to put them down the other end so I don't trash them, because it's quite possible I could knock them off. And another bit before we get too deeply in, now there's 30 of us watching. Let's change camera. Where did I put the mouse? Let's change camera. Bear with me. Everything is so slow tonight. What do I want? I want number 2. Right. Just kill that. Right. Can you read that? Or do you want me to turn it up the right way? Yeah. Let's just pull that out fraction. Right. Classic Forms by Stuart E. Dias. A brilliant book for showing you classic forms. That's hard to guess, isn't it? But it goes right the way through from all the real classic forms. Shows you, hope you can see in the light, it's flickering a bit, but I need the light to show me what I'm doing. So you've got finials, you've got balusters, you've got everything in here, and it goes on about proportions as well, how you get there, how you put the bits and pieces together. And like I was been saying over the past 2 weeks, all spindle turning is coves, beads, coves, bead or part of a bead, squints. So you've got inward bits, you've got outward bits, you've got straight bits, and you join it up with straight lines. So if anyone's looking for a birthday present or something, this one is very much similar to what I did on my candlestick. I haven't copied any of these, I've just used them for inspiration, but it's a very good book if you have problems designing something. A shallow bowl sitting on top, just about see it, shallow bowl sitting on top of a pedestal. Or you put it all together and you've got a fountain. We can go through here. Where is it? I'm trying to read this upside down, which makes it all the more interesting for me. Stair spindles. Exactly what I've said. Straight bits joined up with coves and beads. Further on, we've got table legs. We've got finials or they call them mushroom finials. You've got cap finials. All the basic stuff that we turn every day. Acorn finials. So if anyone's interested, I'll have to turn it around the right way to give you the ISBN number, which is all you need to order it with. It's if you haven't got pens and pencils handy.
It's all right. I've put a link in the chat.
Have you? Right, I'll give you a shout later on. ISBN 978-0-85442-190-9. I don't know what the price is. It wasn't exceptionally cheap, but it's a very good source of information so that you can see what we've been doing, how we've got there, and why we do it as we do. So, what are we turning tonight? Carrying on the similar sort of vein, we're going to do a vase or a shallow drinking vessel. Brian's just put in £21 in hardcover. I think it only comes in hardcover, but it's certainly a worthwhile investment if, like I say, you've got a birthday coming up and no one knows what to buy for you. So we're doing a vase tonight, or like I said, a goblet, or not a goblet, a little drinking vessel. Not really sure what you would call it. It's going to be about 1.5 inches deep, fairly long, thin stem, and a foot. Now this is 3.5 inches at its widest. It's 2.5 inches at its narrowest. It's got a bit of a kink in it. The glasses are fogging up, and hopefully we can turn that into our advantage so that the centre is down there. So all I've done as a bit of prep when it was a bit warmer is turned a spigot on the bottom. I'm using it in gripper jaws. The spigot is still at the top. I'm going to leave that there for a little while and start scooping out the bowl. So while I do that, if I can get Brian back in, because I've got Brian as my ear maggot for tonight. He's coming in now. Yes, he's got his clothes on, so you're okay. So,
good evening, everyone.
Oh God, don't want to go on to that. Right, so Brian's in the background, murmuring in my ear. So I'll hide him back. If it works, it does. And see if I can start making some shavings. You've only got 40 at the moment to read through, Brian, so it's not too bad. It's been worse. So hopefully get a little bit of speed on there.
Well, according to my participant.
Yeah, over to you, Brian.
Thank you very much, Keith. According to my participants panel, we have got Andy H is for turning. Welcome, Andy. Chris Glanville, Gerard the French turner, Lawrence Lugia, Mr. Mark Swanton, Mr. Mike, the Midnight Joker, Mike Hugh from Ilminster, the Mole Valley Maker, Mr. MVM, Neil M, Robert Goldman, Steve Scott, and the last person on this participants list, which I'm sure is not right, is Whitey Woodshed. So I'll just have a look at the chat and quickly swoop through and see if I see anybody else's name there. Steve Scott's in. Hi, Steve. So let's go back to the start of the chat and see can I pick up anybody else's name there. Duncan Devon Barber. Colin Izzard.
This is
The
an
hobby
extremely
turner.
hard piece of wood.
Have you had that piece of wood long, Keith?
Yes, since I cut it down 12ish years ago. So I think I'm going over to a small bowl gouge.
So if I've missed anybody's name there, sorry guys, but welcome anyway. And remember, if you've got a question for Keith, just type it into the chat and I'll see can I pick it up. Just prefix it with a couple of Q's or something so that it catches my eye.
Doesn't like that either. Okay, go over to something a bit heavier. Still a bowl gouge, it's a bit heavier, that's all. I think this is punishment tonight. I'm going to get my cold weather workout.
Well, that's good, it'll help keep you warm.
Cool. It's not doing my feet any good.
Well, maybe you should do a little dance while you're... Can you do that? Dance and fun at the same time? Oh, I don't think so.
Yeah, I am dancing. Oh. You can't really see much of me, can you, at the moment? Let's see if I can find the other camera. Number 5. Camera mic.
Okay. Keith's computer's at one end of the shed and the mouse is at the other end. It's the signal's taking a long time to get there.
I can't be bothered to keep walking back, so...
That's a better picture, Keith.
Yeah, you can see what I'm doing now.
Yep.
Sorry, guys. So the intention is to leave the centre spigot in as long as I can. So I've got a bit of support there. Through jumping over to the 3/4 inch bowl gouge, at least it's not vibrating. Thought I was going to have to get the hollowing tool out. I'm gradually whittling this away with the bottom wing. I'm almost fully closed. It's just opening it enough to get a scrape on it, or a shear cut, whichever you like to pronounce it. That bleached it out a bit.
Yeah, it has, yeah.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to live with it for a minute.
We can do that. It's important you can see.
Yeah.
So we've got 44 watching now.
Right, good evening, guys.
Gerard, the French turner, is asking, what wood is it, Keith?
It's branch U. Which is why I'm fighting a bit. see what we've got to.
So Fred Gulliver has just joined us.
Hello, Fred.
Good evening, Fred.
Yeah, that's the only disadvantage with pulling it out. It needs a shave. Hopefully, a bit of paper will take some of that out. But I'm quite happy with the shape coming. I mean, there's no way I'm going to do a push cut in on that live edge.
Doug Muller has just joined us at Wood Spun Round.
Hello, Doug.
Welcome, Doug.
I want to get this as good a finish as I can before I get rid of the centre pip. Perhaps I don't. Perhaps it gets caught and knocked out now. It does give me a bit of
Douglas
chance.
Mungham
Hello,
has
Douglas.
joined in as well. Evening, Doug.
Let's get rid of the elbow stabber. Although the elbow's not going to go there.
And Jennifer from Craft Creations is in the house.
Hello, Jennifer. I enjoyed your live last night, or your premiere you did. I didn't get a chance to see the whole lot, but I did go back on this morning and finish watching it. Well done to you. If I can get around that bottom with this one. Not much easier now. We are about the right depth there. Not too bad. Depending
Oh,
where
thank
you
you.
measure it from. And I've got you can just see the dark piece there. That is a small branch. There you can. That is a small branch emanating from the centre that had broken off and never made the outside. And there's another little one just there. But
All adds to the character.
it does.
Richard Peelan has just joined us. Welcome,
Hi,
Richard.
Richard. See if I can get a little bit deeper.
Thank you very much, Douglas. I appreciate that. Douglas just congratulated me on my wing bowl today.
Right, yes. Again, I didn't see all of that because of internet issues my end. I'm concentrating a bit, so that's why I'm not doing the normal rabbit.
That's all right. The chat are just chatting away to themselves there and watching you at the same time. So,
Normal.
a lot of people have been saying nice things to Jennifer about her premiere last night.
Good. I'm glad that they are and they enjoyed it. Takes a bit of get up and go to put that first one up. Once you put the first couple up, it's not so bad then. It actually feels quite pleasant inside. So I don't think we're going to go much more with that.
Our Di have just joined in. Di Prout, evening all.
Hello, Di. How are you today?
He says he's still working on his workshop insulation for his sins.
Mm.
Well, it'll be a benefit in the long run, Di. Keep at it.
I should take 10 minutes off, mate, and come and annoy me. Or join in the chat, shall we say. Looks like it's a bit of a mission, though, Di, from the picture you put up earlier on. Feels quite good. Don't know what's up with me. Just the fingers keep jumping out the end. That's a bit of 80 grit on there to start with. What I want to do is get rid of these whiskers. So,
Get rid of the fuzzies.
yeah.
Some woods are much more stringy like that than others, aren't they?
Well, it's the sapwood on it. That's. Yep. I was wondering whether I could keep the bark on, but that's the only bit of bark that's left. It flew off as I was chewing it up.
Colin from Wood Wizardry is in. He says, evening. Sorry I'm late. Colin's usually first.
Yeah.
You must have had a bad day today, Colin. I hope not.
Not been working, have you, Colin? Oh, that's bad for you. Alright, that's a bit of 80 grit on there to get the fuzzies off. They go on to 120.
So, Di's just said, I'm okay.
Good.
I'm having to do it in short, and I think he means short bursts.
Yes.
Through this, as the sciatica is still bad. It's a mission.
My sciatica's given up a bit at the moment, so it's just standing too long. Evening, Barry. Mr. Chitty's in, club member.
Yep, evening, Barry.
So you pop up on the screen.
That's my job, isn't it? See them popping up on the screen. You're supposed to be turning.
I am. I can do this without watching what I'm doing.
Yeah, I'm only standing.
Once you get your finger in there.
Careful.
Yep. And it's quite a flat design, so I haven't got to worry about going too deep with the digit.
Yeah, Colin's having a bit of a laugh to himself there. He says, I did a bit of turning and I've just eaten my tea, so that's why he's late. Wasn't due to work at all.
Right, so we're now on 240. And I don't think I'm going to venture in there with the Yorkshire grit, with the outside being quite as out of circular as it is.
No Yorkshire grit. That means I don't have to sing the song. Thank goodness for that.
Thank goodness for that, yeah. So attack it with a bit of 400.
Gary Letizier has just joined us.
Hi, Gary.
Welcome, Gary.
So that's 400. It's got a little bit of a mark there. So I'm going to go back a couple of grits to 120 and see if I can remove it. It's just on the transition between the heartwood and the sapwood. The change in density of the wood is often an issue. You think you've got it all. But let's fix it now, because once there's a thin stem on this, it's got no chance.
Yeah, you won't be going back in there again.
No. As far as I'm concerned, this is finished. Once I put the paper down. Just that odd little bit just there. Find a grits that. It's not that. I want a bit of 240. Let's say a new bit of 240 is not going to break the bank. Don't forget, guys, it's cheaper to throw a bit of paper away before it's totally gone than keep working on it thinking, oh, if I spend another 5 minutes, what's the price of paper? I think we worked it out that it's 16p for 4 inches.
16p for 4 inches of sandpaper.
Yeah. So that bit I've got there is only 2 inches. So there's 8p worth there.
8 pence.
I'm not gonna cry if I have to throw that bit away.
Absolutely not. Door 60. Just introduce himself with the evening all. Welcome, Door. And you have 50 watching now, Keith.
Oh, marvellous. Thank you, guys. For the late entrance, I'll show you in a minute what we did last week. I don't want you to miss out. It is on my Facebook page anyway. That is pretty good, I think. That's got it.
So Jared has sent me a little message here. He's Brian, did you get my Facebook message about Martin? No, I haven't seen that yet, Jared, but I'll look as soon as I'm finished here.
The widest bit of that has just got a little bit of, did have just a little bit. We fix that now. So I finished that with 400. Go around the edge, get rid of the fuzzy bits. You can't have fuzzy bits in wood time. That's what we got to, guys. Like I showed everyone else that got here on time. There's the finished candlestick from last week. But I went ahead and I made two. So we've got a 99% matching pair. Not quite identical. I'm not a copy turner, but I did say I'd probably try and do two. So that's the end result of last week.
You never noticed the difference on the end of a coffee table or the end of a dining table?
No. I mean, if you put them on a mantelpiece, they're going to be at least 4 foot apart.
We have Barry's Wood turning in. Good evening, everyone, he says. Good evening yourself, Barry. And thank you, Colin, for your kind comment about this afternoon.
Some of this wood out of here. And that will then make it easier to turn. What am I going to use?
I don't remember if I said hello to Terry from TJ Turning.
I can't remember.
Well, hello, Terry, anyway, if I didn't.
He's more than welcome if we
My apologies.
if we missed him the first time round. I could use the spindle roughing gouge, but I'm using one of my big bowl gouges. I've got a bit more overall control on this.
Pat Cumming has suggested, Keith, could you please adjust your microphone? I think it's a bit staticky. I think it just rubs on his collar sometimes, Pat.
Yeah, so I've also just knocked it down. Let me put you on. Come on, mouse. Unfreeze yourself.
That's much better now. Your microphone's fine now.
Yeah, I knocked it down when I was dusting myself down just now. Number 2.
Oh dear. Terry from TJ Turning says, no, you didn't. Sorry, Terry.
You should have shouted, Terry. Right. Now you can see what I'm doing.
Jared French Turner says, Keith, that's the beauty of it. Identical yet with a slight difference.
Yeah.
At least you can say they're unique and handmade.
Well, certainly unique, and
they've not been
certainly
turned off a machine.
Yeah.
It means they've not been turned off a machine, which is a good thing.
If they were turned on a machine, they would be rounded square bits, not flat. In most instances, a machine has a round nose, a bull nose cutter on it, rather than a square cutter. So. Right. There is solid wood. Up to there is wood and air mix.
Pat Cumming has just said afternoon all.
Hello, Pat.
Hello, Pat.
Where are you? Out in the States? As I always say, this hand on top is literally holding it down. All the work is being done by the backhand. So, pick up the bevel. If this wasn't so bouncy, you can take this hand away. But it's just so it's okay down there. It'll go in and cut wherever I drive it.
Andy H for turning is hi everyone, I'm back.
Hi Andy, didn't know you'd disappeared. Now, with this being or having bits missing, I can actually see the ghosting of the inside, so I can get an indication as to where I'm cutting. As it's going round, I can see through the missing bits.
Yeah, we can see it quite well on the camera shot too.
Can you? Right.
Yep.
Right. I don't dare look up at the time.
No.
Gently find the cut.
Andy had a Zoom call that he had to join, that's why he left.
Ah.
I hope you weren't represented as a pussycat, like that nutcase from America did.
See if I can get a little bit more speed on there. Is that too loud for you guys? Or can you
No,
not
it's
hear
fine.
it? No, that's all right. It's
Can hear it fine.
vibrating on the ballast underneath. But I want the speed to give me as best a cut I can get down the outside here. Particularly where there's no wood.
Yeah. Pat Cummings says yes, he's in the States with all the snow.
Ah,
Well, I'm afraid you can keep it in the States, Pat, because
yeah,
I
so
don't
you're
want it
welcome
here.
to that, Pat. We had enough, and we only had a quarter of an inch if we were lucky, not even that. Right, so I can see I'm about right
Yeah,
at the top. I've just got to work down, but that's a far better cut with the speed on
yep.
the lathe now.
So Hodgepodge says, yeah, he's laughing out loud and says the cat cracked me up. Yeah, it was a bit funny. It was on the national news, Hodge. It must have been a real slow news day yesterday. Yeah, Colin from Wood Wizardry loves the snow. Yeah, I like the snow as well to look at, but it's not much good if you have to do anything.
No, it's nice to look out the window.
Yeah, unless you're a skiing instructor, then you're fine.
I'm approaching this very cautiously. I don't want to lose a piece and end up wearing it.
Oh, certainly not. Let's hope not.
Stuck in my forehead. Right. That's better. That's pretty well parallel down through there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sand that piece before I weaken it anymore. Drop the volume back.
And we're up to 57 watching now. What?
Oh, welcome, guys.
We're getting a good turnout this evening.
Mm.
Melvin Rollins has just joined. Says hi all.
Hello, Melvin. That's a name I haven't seen before.
That might me neither.
Where are you based? Pat's just showing off now. He had 2 foot last week and another 3 inches last night.
Jiggsy's shed is in. Hi, Jiggsy.
Hi, Jigs.
He says he's watching while cooking, so won't be able to chat, unfortunately.
Oh, that's a bonus. He always stirs things up. I lost a little bit of.
So Melvin's from the US, South Carolina.
Okay.
Very good. Welcome all the way from the United States, Melvin.
Yeah. Hope we can make it worthwhile. If you don't learn anything, you might learn a few bad bits of language. Finish this at 240. Now I'm holding it between thumb and finger, but I'm just supporting it underneath with my other hand.
So Mike, you from Elminster. Last time we had snow, a very good local farmer used his snowplow on the lane. Great job, except I had just cleared the drive and gate, and he pushed all the snow back in the drive. Oh dear.
Some people are so picky. Right. Happy with that. sanded down a treat. Get my tool rest in as tight as I can, because there's going to be a lot dangling over the edge. Again,
Robert of Wood has just joined in.
rubber dub.
Evening.
Hello, mate. Thank you very much.
And you've gained a subscriber since we started, Keith. You're now up to 211 subscribers. You had 210 when we first started. So,
Lovely. Thank you, guys. If you enjoy what I do, hit the subscribe button. If you don't hit the subscribe button. But trying to please everybody doesn't always work. This is where it's useful to be able to turn left and right-handed.
Oh, Wood Wizardry by Colin. He says, nice one, Keith. I'm on 196. So
Good.
if there's anybody out there who's not subscribed to Colin, nip across there and show him some affection there and give him a thumbs up and a like. And subscribe to his channel. Let's get him to 200. Ben Jammon's in. Hello, friends, he says.
Hello, Ben.
To you, Ben.
I don't want to get this too thin at the top. But I want to try and get a bead on there. That's it. Before I go any more, I'm just going to give that a gentle lick down the bottom. Now sanding as I go, because I can't put any weight on pre-turned now, because it won't take it. Let's get rid of that chisel. Let's find. Better I'll put my spindle gouge.
It's behind you, Keith.
Yeah, it probably is. I'll use this one. Not the one I started with, but this is a weird shaped one that I've just put an edge on. It's in someone's collection that I cleared. It's got one wing ground right the way back. You can just about pick it up on the camera. And the other one's got a long fingernail grind on it. The guy that I took it from, and he can't argue with us because he's no longer with us, used to make quite a lot of boxes. I can only think it was a grind that he'd sorted out for some of his boxes.
So we have a question here from Gerard, the French turner, Keith.
Okay.
Have you ever done inside out turning?
No. I tell a lie. Yes, I've thought about it, but I haven't done any. To be honest, you need either a good plane or a planer thicknesser, because you need to be able to get 4 good edges to the timber, because you you do it with four bits of timber, and you need to be able to glue them together when you've finished the inside, when you've done the first turn, and you need to be able to turn them around and glue them together, and you need to be able to glue together tight edges, otherwise you'll just see black lines or glue lines down it. So no, it's not something I've done, it's not something I'm even thinking of doing, because I don't have a workshop as such. I don't have a carpentry workshop.
So that link I've just put in there is for Colin's channel, if anybody wants to pop across there and see. He's at 197 currently.
Okay, I think I'm going to turn this bottom into the round. That will do two things. It'll make it look a little bit neater, and it'll also give me a chance to get the tool rest in tighter.
Very good. I'll change that statement I just made. Colin, I've just upgraded your or refreshed your channel. You're on 199 as we speak.
Surely one of you out there can knock him up to 200.
There you go. I've just refreshed it again. You've made 200, Colin.
Well done, Colin. And don't be surprised if overnight, Colin, you lose a couple. I did, and they came back, or two more came in and took their place.
Yep, that's what happens all the time.
Yeah, don't be too disappointed.
I don't think I've said hello to Neil M. Neil_M. He just said Neil. One more from me. So, welcome, Neil. And Colin says, thank you, Brian and Keith. Well, thanks for the subs, guys. It means a lot.
Well, we're here to support each other.
100%.
We're here to support each other. And I'm here to pass on my knowledge to you guys that haven't been doing it so long as what I've been doing it. So I've got a fair bit to get down there. I've got to get down to the edge of the chuck, so that's another nearly 10 mil.
So Steve Scott's asking a question, Keith.
Go on.
A question to everyone, basically. I want to make a pepper mill for myself and would like an opinion of the best kit.
Apparently the crush grind kits are the better ones, but I've never made one.
Neither have I.
If Scott was here, he would be able to advise better on that, because he's made a couple. But from what I can gather, Les Thorne only makes the crush grind ones because they are better. Oh, Mark just popped in. Quick hi, can't stay. Got questions to sort for tomorrow night.
Oh,
yeah,
you do indeed, Mark.
Yeah. So, as far as I can say, the crush grind ones are the better ones.
Yep, a couple of people in the chat have agreed with that too, Keith.
Right.
Another question from Gerard, the French turner.
Right, listening.
Keith, he says, is that for the new James Bond film for his martini? Stirred, not shaken.
Yes.
Very good, Gerard.
Whereabouts you based, Gerard?
Oh, I know that. Gerard's based in Cork.
Well, if you keep an eye on the Amberley Museum website, we are having a James Bond weekend, all being well. We were having it last year, but we couldn't. But it's booked in again for this year. because we are the site where, now Andy will correct me on this one, for your eyes out, no, you only live twice, only die twice, whatever it is, where it was filmed with the helium balloon coming over the cliffs. That was filmed at Amberley Museum. Come on, Andy, tell me what I'm missing, like the title.
Only something insignificant like a title.
Yeah, I can see it, but it just disappears out your mind when you're looking for it, doesn't it? Come on, Andy, wake up, you bugger.
So, Mark, don't make the questions too hard for tomorrow night, so I might have a chance to answer a few. Mark the Gentleman Wood Turner says, was it The View to a Kill?
No, I don't think so. I wish I could, but I can't remember.
Andy H says,
yeah,
I wish I
see
could, but I
that.
can't remember. No, his memory's as good as ours.
He's only a mere boy.
Good comment, Douglas Moran. He says, Mark, does any of it go to the vodka restock? Mark was a little bit under the weather on the last show.
Only a little bit, apparently.
Oh, Mark the Gentleman Wood Turner says, yes, it was. I'm a Bond fanatic.
Right.
Ooh.
So which one was it then, Mark?
A View to a Kill.
Yeah, that seems to ring a bell. That seems to ring a bell.
Or get some fancy work on this stem.
No, it's not fancy. It's more delicate than fancy.
Well, it's fancier than I do, anyway. Let's put it that way. Andy H. for Turning says the film was View to a Kill.
Thanks, Andy.
Mark was correct.
You were correct, Mark, yeah.
Oh, how could we doubt Mark?
So we've got the Lucky Strike mine, which is still there, the original sign. And it's where they store some unused railway locomotives, because we are, I think, the biggest stocked railway locomotive, certainly in the south, for narrow gauge.
And Colin from Wood Wizardry reminds us that was Grace Jones was in that. And Di Prout comes back with a comment. Grace Jones back then. I need to sit down.
You go careful, Di. Don't you fall
And
in
Duran did the theme tune. Sorry, Keith.
Right.
There's some very knowledgeable people about James Bond movies in our chat this evening. It's either somebody's looking up Wikipedia.
Someone's Googling it. Right, I think I've still got a flat there. I think that is the final shape.
Terry from TJ Turning says, Keith, are you doing a captive ring?
Yeah, you can see it.
It's entirely captive. I couldn't think of that. I didn't see Pete in the chat.
No. I cannot see the point in captive rings.
I made a couple when I first started, just because
Just to
it
prove a
seemed to,
point, yeah.
yeah, it just seemed to be the done thing, but I haven't done one since.
I've got a couple of goblets indoors with them, and I've vowed never to do them again. I've made 2 or 3 and taken them down the museum, put them on up for display, and that within an hour of being up on the counter for sale, some little sprog has come along. What's this, mummy? Squeeze.
Broke.
That was. Oh, I think I better buy that now. I'm thinking, yeah, you better. Yeah.
Andy
So,
H just said, I think the point is that there is no point.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, Benjamin has made controversial. Most James Bond films are forgettable. And Mark the Gentleman Woodpurner says, I only do them to annoy Pete at Twisted Trees.
I've done the captive ring, but I'm not releasing it because it's captive.
It is a captive ring.
Yeah. It's an emerging captive ring.
Ah, there you go. That'll be a new term for a bead. Mark the Gentleman Woodturner wants to know, can we put Ben in timeout for his comment about Bond films? Keith, are you still there?
I'm still here. I'm just
Couldn't hear your microphone there.
Yeah. No, I'm just concentrating because I'm on the weak bit of it.
Yep, okay, mate.
So just wanted to get that
Chigsy Shed
started
is
up.
adding a captive ring to a baby rattle that he's currently making. Well, make sure it's good and strong.
Yeah. Make sure it's at least 1/2 inch diameter. The captive ring. Otherwise, it'll be non-captive. And if they get them in their mouth and they break them and they bite into them and break them, that's a potential lawsuit if you're not careful. So think
Jared the French
outside the box a bit.
Yep, Jared the French Turner is saying, no arguing, Sir Sean Connery was the best and always will be. Be the best Bond ever. He had the swagger that others are missing even.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is, Jared, he was born and bred in Scotland, in Edinburgh. That's why he has a swagger.
I'm quite happy with that. Quite happy with that. Finish sanding it up. This is 120 now.
Oh, let's see, can I find the book again?
8:30. Won't be far off. I can get in. As soon as I can get in, I can warm up. Although standing like I am, my butt's warm because I'm right on the fire.
So sitting with your ass on the heater.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's right.
Someone's nicked the 240. There it is. So for the 57 of you still in the chat, if any of you come along to my Tuesday lunchtime lives, thank you. But next Tuesday lunchtime is cancelled to Wednesday lunchtime. So if you come along Tuesday lunchtime and expect to find me, I'm sorry in advance that I'm not there, but you have been warned. I haven't put a link up for it yet, but I will do possibly a bit later. It's through conditions out of my control, I'm afraid. Is Linnykins in tonight?
I haven't seen Lennekins in, no.
She did say she would be in. Right.
I haven't seen her appearing yet, anyway.
That's 240. Just creep over it with a bit of 400. As I'm not.
Yeah, that's the link in again for the book. Somebody just asked me for the book, the title of the book again, so I've just put the link in again.
Right, directly above your link, Brian, is the Linnykins.
Yep, the Linnykins is
we've got to say hello to Kenny, her other half. He watches quietly in the background, so if everyone can say hello to both Linnykins and Kenny, that's my daughter and her partner.
Hi, Linnykins. Hi, Kenny. Don't be hiding in the background.
Make you feel wanted or loved.
Pop in and say hello, Kenny.
I don't know whether he's allowed to use the phone. They watch it on the telly, so it's it's up on a 52-inch screen, I think. And the only way they can comment. Yeah, I know. I'm a big fan. Oh, and Molly's watching as well. Molly is the dog. What breed is she?
Molly's the dog, did you say?
Yeah, Molly's the dog. The lazy dog.
All right.
But you're getting on a bit now. Oh, Twisted Pete's in.
Oh, good evening, Pete.
Hello, mate.
We were just talking about you.
Yeah, I've done a captive ring for you, Pete. Look, it's still captive. I'm not going to release it. So it will still be a captive ring.
Linnekin said it's a Staffy.
It's a Staffy, yep.
So that's a Staffordshire Bull Terrier. Is that what that's actually called?
I believe so, full name. But, she's getting on a bit now, I think. 15.
Barry from Real Simple Things is in.
Hello, Baz. What time did you call this, mate?
It's been late today.
Yeah.
It's now 8:30.
Right. I'm going to part this off.
Yeah. Pete from Twisted Tree says that sort is acceptable, Keith.
Yes.
I assume he's referring to your captive ring.
My captive ring.
Oh, Vars is blaming the wife.
No,
it's the wife's fault, he says.
Who is she now? Heidi's got her COVID tomorrow, isn't she, mate? Hope everything goes well. I had mine Tuesday, and yesterday I didn't want to know a thing. The whole of my joints were uncomfortable.
I'm not sure who Linnekins is talking about here, but she says 14 and full of gas.
Yeah, well, that's.
I'm assuming that's the dog she's talking about.
That's the dog, but the second bit is Kenny. Right, let's get some sanding sealer. Where have I put it? I'm totally prepared for this.
Of course.
Cellulose sanding sealer. It's a bit cold, but it'll do. So you can see what we've done. I suppose I could have done this before I hacked it off, but too late now. I've got it in my hand.
There's a bit. We can't see what you're doing at all.
Yeah. No.
That's better. So Douglas Mullen's asking you, Keith, what jab did you get?
The foreign one, not the
Pfizer BioNTech.
Yeah, the Pfizer one. Yeah.
Pfizer BioNTech.
Yeah.
or Pfizer Biotech or Bio. I think it's Biome. Pfizer anyway.
Yeah.
Benjamin says the picture is nice and sharp. Keith, new camera?
No,
Question mark.
no. I just wipe the
Just
dust
focused
off,
it.
mate. No, just wipe the dust off. You don't
Joe
realise how
Senior's
much.
in the house.
Hello, Joe. Sorry,
Good
Joe, but
evening,
there's
Joe.
no Yorkie grit tonight, I'm afraid. It was a bit too delicate to put Yorkshire grit on.
Which means I didn't have to
My,
sing the song.
yeah, and I respected
Yay.
my fingers. So for the late arrivals, let me just show you what we did last week. Let's go on to a decent camera. I don't need to duck underneath of it. Right, what camera do I want on face, which is 3? You're going to work? Cool. Straight in. Camera 3. Should show you me. Oh, God, what a sight.
Oh, scared the living daylights out of me there.
Yeah. I can't see a thing out my glasses because they're covered in dust.
Give them a wipe, man.
And I'll also covered in dust, yes. If anyone has problems with face masks and glasses picking up static and dust, let me just get rid of the dust off of this camera. Just tickle you guys. That's better. At least I can see it. Centre brand, which is Plum Centre, do an anti-static foam cleaner. It's brilliant. I don't know what the price of it is, but you don't need a lot. It comes out as a foam. Squirt a bit on your glasses, squirt a bit on your face shields, and it stops them fogging up. Keeps blowing us kisses. Really? Oh, I think I was actually getting rid of the dust on the camera with a hairy bristle. So, right, what was I about to show you?
So you guys have done a really great job out there while Keith's looking for his pieces of work.
Yeah.
Colin by Wood Wizard raised up to 204 subscribers.
You catch me up before long. Right. Tumble dryer sheets work well, yep. So Mark was saying. I turned one last week, and I said I would probably make a second one so that there's a pair. So there's the pair. The oak colour was so light that it was horrible. It was oak, but it was so light. So that's just had Brazilian mahogany stain on it to darken it down a bit. So we've got not quite a pair. From where I'm standing 3 foot away, they're close enough that unless you took a micrometer up to them, you wouldn't know the difference. So that's what we did last week. So you can see that we aren't just turning things and hiding them. So is that bit dry? Yep. I'll give this a quick squirt on the base of sanding sealer. Put that down to dry. Put the lid on that so I don't knock it. It doesn't matter if you do knock it over, does it?
Gerard the French Turner is saying that the wood is gorgeous. He loves you.
Kenny says they're candlesticks, not pears. You always get one, don't you?
Pears were Tuesday.
Yeah, I did a pear on Tuesday. I did a pair of apples and a pear. So if you go over to my Facebook page, you'll see them on there. But I thought you'd rather like to see those firsthand. And the other thing I've been promoting tonight a little bit is Classic Forms. It's a very worthwhile book, I think. Particularly if I can find the colour pictures in there to show you.
Pop the pop the book in the chat again too.
Right. Apparently it's £21. Trying to get it so that the lights don't shine on it. It gives you all manner of shapes. These are just a few colour plates. But it also goes on to line drawings of numerous turnings. Candlesticks there I can see, and I'm on the back and upside down to it.
Yep.
So it gives you a good indication of what you can do by turning a bead, a cove, and joining them up with straight lines. So if anyone's looking for inspiration or not totally sure of how to join up and how to design things, that is a very good book. I quite often thumb through that to find what I can do.
You see Nick Castle's.
Yeah, I find that Amberley Museum is not far away. When open again, I will come and have a look. Nick, I'm normally in there on a Sunday, but if you drop me an email or a message before you think you're coming, I can let you know whether I am in, because we have to book the workshop. We've got a 90 square metre workshop down there, and we all take our own turnings in to display and sell, as well as chat to the public, which is where I've gained my, I shan't say on camera capabilities, but I'm used to talking to people and having my own business for 32 years, I think it was. You get used to talking to people. My biggest disadvantage is I can't stand still because of my knees. So I need to lean on something, and down the museum it's quite handy. Just behind the lathe there's a worktop, so I can lean against that. I'm quite happy to stand there then for half an hour and chat to someone. Welcome you down there. I think you'll enjoy it, definitely. And if you do, make it a day out. Don't think you can do the thing in a couple of hours. The amount of people that come through the workshop, oh, I didn't realise it was this big. Oh, we've been round a lot of it, but we've still got a lot to see. We're going to have to come back again. It's a full day out. And if you've got a young kid, we are kid friendly. We are dog friendly. So as long as your dog is on the lead, you're more than welcome to bring that along as well. And you can also bring the wife along. We're not fussy. We'll talk to anyone.
So Mike's asking you a question about the book there. He says, is it just spindles or are there bowls as well?
No, it's fully spindles, this one. Classic forms. But it does give you... Let me...
Terry's just ordered the book. He says there's only 3 left now.
Right. If you go on to what they call fountains, there is
nice bowl
a
shapes.
classic bowl shape. There's a bigger one. The other side of the page, you've got some more. So it is classic forms in spindle work. Oh, that's what I was looking for. That is more or less the candlestick I did last week. And I wasn't copying, it's just how it works. But yeah, a worthwhile book, I think. Does the wife have to be on a lead too? Only if she's very apt to running off, Pete.
And aggressive ones need to be muzzled.
Yeah, but not too tight. The wife will accompany me, no kids or pets. There's still time for both though, Nick. Where did you order the book from, Terry? Was it Amazon? Because I think there's 2 or 3 sources out there.
That was the link I put in. There's
Right.
it says on Amazon there's 6 used from £18.71 or 12
Right,
new from £20. So
Andy's just ordered one as well, and there's only 2 left now. So I don't get any commissions for this. It's just nice that I can point you in directions that I've used. It's available on Styles and Baits for more expensive, £21. I think that's about right, but you've got to pay carriage from Styles and Baits, haven't you? Whereas Amazon, it's all in.
yep, $21.99 from Amazon on Prime. You'll get it the next day.
And Gerard saying sorry, 24. He can't type or read. Thanks, Jennifer. Great demo as usual. Thanks, Keith and Brian.
Thank you, Jennifer.
I'm pleased that's what we do. I'm, like I say, I'm happy to pass my knowledge on to you guys that are coming into it. I'm not.
I've been in it for a long time.
Yeah.
Because everybody learns every day.
Yes. If you turn around and say you haven't learned anything, well, what have you been doing? Reading the book. You certainly haven't been watching. Even I go to professionals and I pick up something. You think, oh, I'll try that. When you go home and you try it and you think, oh yeah. Jero's excused himself by typing too fast, he says.
Engaging the fingers before the brains. That's what happens usually. That's what happens with me.
Yeah.
That's what happens with me anyway.
Yeah. Right. Well, I'm getting so cold now, guys, and this sand and sealer's not drying. So if you don't mind,
we've got 49 watching still.
Going to escape into the warm. And if it's
sure you don't want to turn that, you sure you don't want to turn the second pair to match the last one on Tuesday?
No, I might do that next Tuesday.
Good
Andy
demo.
Didn't pay, postage as he's a Prime member. Yeah, so am I. If it's this cold next Thursday, I might do a question and answer from indoors.
It'll be okay next Thursday. The cold weather's finishing on Sunday.
It's supposed to be finishing, but then you watch another one and they say that we've got another batch coming in. No, you can't win. You don't even come a decent second now. Don't want that one off.
Yeah.
I want that one off. That one off. So hopefully you've enjoyed it, guys. Thank you very much for sticking with me. Hit the thumbs up button on the way out if you wish. It's not compulsory, but it does help YouTube set the logarithms up so that you're pointed to wood turning channels rather than anything else that you might watch. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Again, it's not compulsory, but it's nice to build up the subscription a bit each time. Most of my subscribers now are coming in of a night time because they're watching it a lot from abroad. I've got quite a few Aussies in at the moment, but that's not a problem, and a few Americans in.
Lots of nice comments coming in there, Keith.
Yeah.
Jigsy said,
yeah.
Take care, guys. Thanks for the live, Keith.
Yeah, well, it's don't forget next Wednesday lunchtime, not Tuesday lunchtime.
Yep.
Dave B. Thanks, Keith and Brian. Company has been good. Well, we try to. Go get warm, Keith. My workshop refused to warm up today. Well, I've had the fire on all the time, and it's still an icicle on my nose. Almost.
Yeah. Mine didn't warm up very much either, I have to say.
No, so I'm gonna hit the off button, guys, and I'll catch up with you if the mouse is.
Good night, everybody.
Out.
See you tomorrow, probably.
Cheers, Baz. Yeah, no, Bernie, not tonight, mate. Doubtful Wednesday, but you never know. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. It depends what comes up.
Klondike says, "Don't offend the Canadians." Canadians are perfectly good at offending themselves.
Yeah, yeah. Right, that's it, guys. We're off. Thanks very much. Bye bye. See you next week.